Hello everyone. A few weeks ago I had the opportunity to go to Amsterdam professionally to speak at a user conference. Now, I could have flown to Amsterdam, it wouldn't have taken me that long, but I'm sick and tired of flying, particularly short hops, so I thought, for a change, I'd take the overnight sleeper from Vienna. Well, of course, the journey starts in Brno, so having arrived at Central Station here in Brno, I thought I'd try out the first-class lounge on České dráhy. The lounge was very small, but it was, I suppose, peaceful and quiet and somewhere to get away whilst I waited the train to Vienna. I travelled first class on this train. It was rather cramped. I wouldn't call it a great first class, but at least I had a seat because I had booked one and reserved it. And on České dráhy, that's what you've got to do. Anyway, it's a short trip, only about an hour and 40 to Vienna. And since I had a little time to spare, again, I wondered what to do and had decided, well, why not try the OBB lounge? And that's exactly what I did. After wandering around Vienna for a couple of hours and taking in a nice Thai massage. Well, the Vienna OBB First Class Lounge is really rather nice, and it offers this view over the entire station, including the board showing arrivals and departures, which means that you can always keep an eye on your particular train, whether it's delayed, on time, what platform, that kind of thing. Here I enjoyed a handful of nuts and a cup of coffee before heading to the platform for my train to Amsterdam. Now, the Nightjet actually splits in two somewhere in Germany. One part of the train goes to Amsterdam and the other part of the train goes to Hamburg. But no fear, if you're in a sleeper compartment, then obviously you already have a reserved booth on the train going to Amsterdam. And before long the train pulled up into the station and it was time to get on board and see what an overnight sleeper on OBB looks like. Well, I had booked a shared sleeper, so room for two, and when I arrived, I soon discovered that for now at least, I was the only person in this compartment. With any luck, I might actually get a dual compartment for myself. The compartment is rather tight and small, but it features an ensuite bathroom, complete with shower. I've never showered on a train, so that was going to be an experience. And I thought that the overall amenities were rather good. I was a bit puzzled as to where I was going to sleep, but I soon discovered that the seats all fold away and the beds fold down off of the wall. Like I said, I was rather impressed with the amenities and also with this little gift bag, complete with slippers and various snacks, which we'll take a look at in a minute. Well, it also includes breakfast, and you could select what you wanted from this little menu and hand it to the people on the train, so that in the morning at a certain time they would come and wake you up with breakfast. Since I'm on a low-carb diet, I picked out just meats and cheeses. And soon it was time to set off from Vienna into the night for a 14-hour trip across Vienna, Germany and Netherlands into Amsterdam. So let's take a closer look at what the contents of this bag actually comprise. So you've got various nuts, some kind of a sweet, earplugs, face mask, a small towel and a pair of slippers, as well as a pen and a bottle of extra water. I actually needed the water. It was fairly warm, and although there was cooling air conditioning, frankly it wasn't that strong. When they came and laid out the bed and pushed away the seats, this is what it looked like. Perfectly adequate. They insisted on putting the upper bed just in case somebody booked late and was allocated the cabin, but I had the bottom bunk secured anyway. And whilst it was comfortable, clean and fresh, for me it was a little hard and probably not wide enough. But there was a useful little cubby there to put your sunglasses, glasses, reading glasses, that kind of thing. There was reading lights, there was a lock, and then a key that you could take with you to get back into the compartment if required. Overall, I was very pleased with the layout. Plenty of room, put the curtain down, and grab an early night. and see how you can sleep on a train.
That's quite comfortable. Maybe a bit hard, a bit narrow, but it'll do for the night, and in the morning maybe I can even get a shower after breakfast. We'll see. Anyway, good night from me. Cheers. Good morning. Well, according to my phone, I had a very good sleep last night, although I kept waking up, I think, when the train stopped or braked. I just had my first ever shower on the train. That was an experience, but it was very hot, very nice, very warm, very refreshing. So all good so far.
And at that point, it was time to put away the bed and restore the seats. And one of the people, attendants on the train, came and helped me do that. And soon the cabin was restored to a private seated compartment for 3 people, with only me in it because nobody else showed up. They delivered breakfast, which I promptly devoured because I was absolutely hungry, and I have to say the coffee was extremely good. I was expecting a cheap sort of coffee, but actually the coffee was strong and had been well made. We were already in the Netherlands by the time I woke up, and it looked like it was going to be a gorgeous day. So here's a few shots of us arriving into Amsterdam and of the compartment. So there you go, arriving into Amsterdam. Would I do this again? Absolutely I would. It's a nice, leisurely and easy way to travel around Europe, and my sleep was good. I got a hot shower, a nice breakfast, and I was ready for the day. So definitely something I will do more often. To me, that beats flying, unless you need to be there faster, of course, in which case probably flying is the better option. Price-wise, about the same. Please do subscribe, like and share. Thank you.